So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, you're going to have 2 recipes at home, and I'm going to try to confuse you here. And we're going to do both of them at the same time because essentially the base recipe is pretty much the same for both of them.
It's customizable.
So we're going to double it. Then we'll separate it in half and put the flavoring ingredients like that. Sound good?
Absolutely.
All right, let's go. Here we go. All right, so we have a mixing bowl with the KitchenAid professional one right there. We got that there. But before that, we're going to take the flour and we're going to put together the salt, which we have some salt right over there in that little thing. And we're going to be putting in, how much of salt? A pinch of salt.
Yeah, a pinch.
A pinch.
I like to whisper of salt.
A whisper.
And there we have a lovely whisper of salt. And then we have some baking powder here, right? So that would be 1 teaspoon normally, but we're going to do it 2 teaspoons.
Okay.
1 and 2. Lovely. Okay, so it says, and we'll put the other things in at the end.
That's it for dry. I'm going to give it a mix.
Okay, we want to mix that all up. You know, when you have your leavening ingredients, you want to make sure that you either toss it together or mix it together so you get the proper rise in it. You don't want to just throw. I like to do that. So now we have our flour mixture. Now we're going to go in the next thing to our egg with the eggs and sugar.
Okay.
So
now we already cracked the eggs.
We already cracked the eggs so that we didn't have it all over here. But these are from Springfield Farm, and that's where we get our eggs for the restaurant. And then we're going to do a combination of sugars, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so we have regular granulated sugar, and we have a brown sugar. You know, I like that. I do like the flavor, a little bit of the flavor of the brown sugar because it's got a little bit more depth and to it.
When we do like a lighter biscotti, like anise, we'll use just white.
Yes.
But if we're doing something nutty or darker, we like to do a combo.
Yeah, no, it's very nice. Okay, so now this is where you're going to have to take a little commitment to time in here. Okay, yeah, you can just screw that up. And so you might want to start it on a slow speed. I always tell you that. I didn't today. When I made the half of this recipe, it didn't go well. So do start on the slow speed.
Okay.
And we get this thing going. It's going to take a little bit of time because the whole idea is that you want to get this really creamy and fluffy, correct?
It's a foam.
It's a foam. We want to get it almost to a foam.
Yep.
So we're whisking the eggs and the sugar, and we're going to get that going. And now I think we can, little by little, take this thing up to the high speed.
Yep.
Okay.
I see a yolk just floating around. I'm going to turn it up a little more.
All right, keep turning that.
Go, Maggie, let go.
Yeah.
Some dry ingredients.
Sure. And we can actually pull this off of the thing because I noticed in your recipe you fold in the flour and you don't put it back on the mixing. You just fold it all in. And it worked beautifully, actually.
When you are doing a lot of the Italian baked goods it's very different from French baking. It's mostly egg foams, and if you overbeat an egg foam, it will collapse later on you.
Yeah.
So you want to build it up as much as you can, and then temper it down just a little bit with the dry ingredients. So I'm going to start introducing the dry to it. And I like to introduce a little bit of the dry. This is my little trade secret version. Get the flour kind of mingling and then, add the rest, which is pretty common in baking.
I'll move that over there. Maybe we move up this here so everybody can see what we're doing.
Yeah, I'm just like kind of lightly introducing.
Folding it in.
Yeah, folding. Moving around, scooping up. Just, before there was commercially available baking soda and baking powder, a lot of the Italian baked goods, they just relied on just egg foam.
On just the egg,
just the egg foam.
So you don't want to deflate it. There is the reinforcement of the baking powder in this one, but you still don't want to deflate it. Be gentle.
At the market,
yeah.
I did say this may be the best biscotti I've ever had in my life.
Okay.
Thank you.
And
It's dunkable. When you dunk it, it turns into like custard in your mouth.
Nice.
Yeah. So
all right. So now we're going to, Mayor, maybe you can help. We're gonna, we want to kind of eyeball this
Okay.
into half.
To
there.
each bowl.
Okay, we'll
go.
put some in here. We need some almonds, and I
Yes.
think we have some there
Right
that
here.
we toasted.
Okay.
And you can chop them up. You can crush.
Yes.
I crushed them up
Yep.
with my fingers.
I think the only important thing to acknowledge is at the end when you go to slice the biscotti to bake it the second time,
Yeah.
they can't be so big that they will tear it apart.
And
Right.
bounce off. The knife will
Exactly.
bounce off, yeah.
So just
Okay.
fine enough to be able to cut through later.
All right.
So see, you can go right through it, and all right. So we'll put those in here.
All right.
We have that there, and then we have some amaretto,
Yes.
and we're just going to put a little bit, just a little tiny bit.
Yeah. We like to go for that over the extract. It's a little something extra special.
There we go. We have that in there. And then a little bit of orange zest. So I actually had some orange zest from the restaurant that I had there, and we can throw that.
It's candied.
It's candied. It
Yeah, so
doesn't-
it's a
there you go.
candied one. And there you go. So basically all we need to do at this point is get a nice beautiful spoon out and mix this all together. And then for our Marsala one here,
Okay.
I'll put that right there. We did a Marsala reduction.
Yes.
So basically it was just taking about a cup of Marsala. Let me see if I can grab
Here, I
that
can
from
grab it.
over there.
You got it?
Marsala, and just reduced it by a little bit more
Yeah.
than half.
Okay.
And so we're going to put this in here. We need, okay, about 1/8 of a cup. 1/8 of a cup, just in case you need to know, is 2 tablespoons. And then 1 tablespoon of dry Marsala. There we go. So let's get this here. I get another spoon.
Got it.
And then I'll just put this up here, and then you just put the batter right on in, like so. And then it goes right into an oven, and it's at 325 for about
Okay.
20-25 minutes or until it gets brown.
Yep.
So we do have some here that actually did get brown. And I'm just going to move a couple things over here, and I'm going to let you come over here and stand next to Mary,
Okay.
and we'll get these out here. And
take
you
the
will
batter
wipe
off.
that
There you
batter
go.
off, lovely. So now,
Okay. Boy, they are beautiful.
They definitely rise up quite a bit.
John, they turned out really nice.
they do. I mean, when I put the batter in originally, it kind of looks a little bit flat,
Yeah.
and you think, well, what's it going to do? And boy,
Whoa.
do they ever
The power of
rise
egg
up. Unbelievable. Okay, so we'll take these out.
So biscotti, of course, means twice baked.
Twice
so-
baked, exactly.
This is the second round.
It does it really. Twice, but I didn't know.
All right, so here,
clear,
I'm
Paul.
going to put you right in the middle.
Great.
I'm giving you the serrated knife.
Yes, it's helpful.
And then, so when you bake this, do you bake it straight on the tray, a baking sheet?
I do. I bake it straight on a sheet tray. I will do a flip halfway through. But yeah,
Okay.
nothing else other than a sheet tray. I like to cut the end off just to square it up a little bit.
Ooh, look at the
Beautiful.
fruit in
Pretty.
it.
Yeah. You can do it as thick or as thin as you want to. Also, I like to do them maybe about a 1/2 inch. So,
And then these just go onto the
yeah.
Tray.
on the side, like so.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Exactly.
And then you're going to flip them partially way
Yeah.
through the
Okay.
You should feel
baking
it like
process.
it should like if you just touch the biscotti, you'll feel it's a little dry on top,
Okay.
and then you
Right.
can flip it. It don't burn yourself, but just test the waters a little bit.
So yeah, so that's pretty much it. And then you're going to cook them for, bake them again for, what did you say? About how long do you
12
think?
to 15 minutes with
On
a
each side?
with a flip it like 8 usually.
Okay.
8,
So
okay.
usually 15 minutes total, just about.
15 minutes total.
Yes.
And then once they're finished on both sides, do you store them? Do you put them on a rack or
Yes.
anything like that?
To fully cool.
I let them fully cool on a rack. They're just going to get drier and better. And, also, when I make these in the kitchen for market, we'll let them like sit as loaves for almost a full day at time. You can leave them as loaves for as long as you want before
Oh,
you
okay.
slice
Before you
them.
double.
Yeah, I
oh,
wasn't
okay.
sure. I wasn't sure of that myself.
You let them cool. If you try to slice them while they're still warm, you're gonna get a crumbly mess.
Okay.
But these were already cooled, so they're very easy to slice.
Yeah. And there you go.
There you go. Wow.
After they were twice baked,
Twice baked.
you have an absolutely beautiful biscotti.
Yep.
Love it.
So you've demystified it
Yeah.
for everyone, and
Yeah.
it looks so good. I'm really, really excited about this. Thanks so much for watching. We hope that you got some ideas to recreate in your own kitchen and learned a little something along the way. For more information on our common table and our mission to eat well, protect our environment, and rebuild the local food economy one dish at a time, check out our website and join us on social media.